Peter, good evening.
Good evening. Good evening.
Look, when I've spoken to you before, either as a player or a DOF, you're going to value each of these ties, each of these matches equally. But you also know that the eye is going to be drawn to Chelsea Juventus. They're perpetual European contenders, but they lost to win the trophy. You're regular winners now of it at Chelsea. You haven't had time to digest the draw for very long, but initially, what are your thoughts about the current squad? They've got their manager back, those traditional stripes. It's a cracking match.
I have to say that, in 2012, when we won the Champions League and the next season, 2012-13, we actually had Donetsk and Juve in our group together with Nordsjælland. So when Juve came to our group, I was thinking, maybe the history repeats itself. But no, I have to say, you always have to respect the traditional teams like Juventus, and you always have to respect every opponent you get in the group in the Champions League. I have to say that for me, it's nice to have Juventus, because when we go there, I will meet my friend Pavel Nedved, which I haven't seen since a long time. So it's gonna be nice to meet again. But these are big games, and I have to say, Zenit and Malmo, obviously they will all want to play their part in their group stage, and they will want to give themselves a chance to get as many points as possible. So we have to respect that. But as I said, it's a group where we go as reigning champions, and everybody will expect us to do well, and we will have to live with that fact.
Peter, let me turn it around, because in your life you've been champion a lot with your various clubs. You know what it's like when a team like Zenit or Malmo or Juventus come looking for the champion. It means there's an extra edge for Tuchel and his squad in every match. As serious as you treat it, trying to win every game, win every tournament, when teams are coming for the champion, there is more in each game, right?
Yes, and then I think with Chelsea, the advantage is that the players and the staff and everybody knows that once you win something, whether it's a league, whether it's a cup or European Cup, you are always the one everybody wants to play against, and that is a special motivation. And of course, it's always harder to retain the titles and fight against everybody. So we know it's going to be tough, and I think it's always tricky, because you have that in your mind as well, that you are the reigning champion and you want to show that you can do it again, and it's not easy. But I think we have a great squad, strong squad, and people with experience. So I think it is going to help us to live with those expectations. We know that we can cope with it, and obviously we have to prove it on the pitch.
The last one is geography. You were kind of lucky in winning the European Cup. It meant that you played in Belfast for the Super Cup. These and you have such a busy season. We ask so much of our footballers. The fact that in your away matches you're traveling to Turin, Sweden, and St. Petersburg, in terms of the amount of rest, recuperation, what you're asking of your fantastic squad, that's not the worst geographical draw that anybody has ever seen, right?
No. I have to say that in terms of that, obviously you have one long flight and time difference with Zenit, but at the same time, it's not geographically a difficult group, and I think nowadays, which is a particular time with the COVID restrictions and visas and all these other stuff. Sometimes you look at the draw in a slightly different way because of that. And obviously we are as well lucky that at the moment none of these teams are on any travel restrictions, and it doesn't impose any other complications to us. So hopefully it stays there once the Champions League starts. But I have to say, it's a group we have to respect. Everybody play its part, but it's a group where we obviously go as a favorite, and we try to make sure that our performances on the pitch are the best, and then we go through. And go first step. As always, you have to make sure you get out of the group, and then you give yourself a chance to go further.
Petr, my last one is clearly about, I know you like talking about teams and groups and squads, but individually, Chelsea dominate the player awards. You had a very big hand in selecting one of them in Mendy, but Jorginho and Kante, the world has seen very clearly not just what good footballers they are, but what great team players they are, how intelligent they are. Just a brief reflection on the pride for you, for Chelsea, for Mr. Abramovich, about the fact that these three guys have been so lauded by Europe and stand to win big awards.
We've been really proud of all the squad, and obviously you have always individuals who, within a very strong team, stand out, and obviously we are all very happy for Edu, for Jorginho, for N'Golo to win their awards and to take part of the best team, because I think they truly deserve it, and obviously we hope that they will get the motivation and the happiness as well from receiving another individual award for the next season. And I think it always helps. You always play for individual trophies, for collective trophies, but it's always nice, even as a player, when you get recognized individually. It just adds to the to the motivation and satisfaction.